It's the 16th of October 2017. Good morning and welcome to News in Brief at 10:30. My name is George Quinnin. President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, is expected in the country this morning to begin a two-day official visit to Ghana. The visit is to deepen further the already strong relations that exist between the two countries, as well as explore other areas of cooperation to their mutual benefits. My colleague Daniel Poko is currently at the Kotoka International Airport and joins us with more updates.
On a two-day state visit to Ghana. On a two-day state visit, right? His Excellency the President of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, is expected to touch down very soon on a two-day state visit to Ghana, basically calling on the President. And currently we are at the airport patiently waiting for his arrival. Just on my extreme left, we have some Ivorians who have gathered clad in their national attire, awaiting the arrival of the President. We also have a heavy security presence gathered in here, also waiting for the arrival of the President. A guard of honor has been mounted, waiting for him to arrive. We are told that His Excellency will be arriving exactly 11 a.m., just about 30 minutes away from his arrival. Everybody is in position. Things have been put in order. The place for the President has also been mounted, and there's heavy security presence. And again, here in gathered are media officers who are also patiently waiting for the arrival of the President. Right from the main entrance of the airport, have some Ivorians in there who have also gathered with their flags, waiting for the President to arrive. His Excellency Alassane Ouattara is arriving this morning on a two-day state visit. Basically, to talk about, top on the agenda will be some of the issues that we'll be looking at has to do with, one, the falling down of cocoa prices on the international market, and also this will be his first state visit after the ICLOS ruling just a few months ago. Basically, these are some of the issues His Excellency will be looking at with our current President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We are just at the airport, especially waiting for his arrival. On my extreme left are some Ivorians who have gathered in there, drumming and dancing, singing their national songs, waiting for the President to come. This is a state visit by His Excellency, first state visit after the ICLOS ruling some few months ago. And one of the issues that they will also be discussing will also be looking at falling down of cocoa prices on the international market. These are the major issues that His Excellency will be discussing with our President in Ghana. Currently, beginning of for the last 9 months, Ghana has lost 1.1 billion Ghana cedis through the falling down of cocoa prices. And we are also told that Ivorians have also lost twice that. For that reason, in the case of the Ivory Coast could not increase money subsidies for farmers who work on their farm. But in the case of Ghana, Ghana was able to maintain its producer price index for cocoa farmers. That's 475 Ghana cedis per bag. These are the issues Ghana and Ivory Coast, the state visit is expected to look at, fashion our strategies, fashion our policies to be able to address this falling cocoa prices on the international market. Heavy security presence at the Kotoka International Airport, patiently awaiting for the arrival of the President.
And that was my colleague Daniel Poko giving us up-to-speed updates on Alassane Ouattara's two-day visit to the country. And on to the Ashanti region, there is uneasy calm at the new planned bus terminal at Asafo in Kumasi. Transport operators are protesting the decision by STC to start operations within the new planned bus terminal. We bring you updates on this story in Midday Live at 12. My name is Josh Quinnin. Good morning. Hello, good morning. It's time for some news updates here on TV3. My name is George Quinnin. Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara has touched down in Ghana, and his visit is to mark his two-day official visit to Ghana. And my colleague Daniel Poko is currently at the Kotoka International Airport and will giving us the mood and atmosphere at the airport.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'll be there.
And we are told the visit is to deepen further the already strong relations that exist between both countries.
Up to welcome His Excellency. He's just about to get out of the main plane, and the President Nado is standing at the main entrance waiting for him to descend. And when he descends, he will be exchanging pleasantries with His Excellency and also be exchanging pleasantries with some state officials. The President was flanked by I saw the Minister of Energy, Wachejak, who also saw the Minister of Agric, Dr. Kotuefriye, and the Minister of Trade, Mr. Alan Chematin, including other state dignitaries, ministers as well, who have come in here to welcome His Excellency, the President of Republic of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara. Now, when the President touches down, comes out of the plane, his main itinerary for today, let me quickly run you through if you just joined us. His main itinerary for today was the two presidents are expected to drive through the principal streets of Accra. Basically, they'll be driving through the principal streets of Accra. And again, right after driving through the principal streets of Accra, both presidents will be at the Australia House for them to have some private discussions. We'll be meeting at the Australia House for them to have some private discussions. Then right after the Australia House, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara will be heading towards the Flagstaff House with His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for them to hold talks. Currently, the President Alassane Ouattara is being led by some state officers from Ivory Coast who are descending from the plane, and His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is right at the main entrance waiting for him to descend right from the apron of the plane to be welcomed by the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Other state officers are here. Some Ivorians have also gathered at the main area where the President is expected to arrive in their normal national flag, also in their national attire. Earlier they were drumming and dancing their various songs made in Ivory Coast. A guard of honor has also been mounted, waiting for the President to inspect. He's waiting for the President to inspect. Basically, other state officers have moved towards where the plane is to welcome the President Alassane Ouattara. Yeah. Good morning. Yes, sir. You go. By 12 will be late. By 12 you will not be here. Hey, who is this Collins? Let me see. Collins Abi.
Further the already strong relations that exist between the two countries, as well as explore the areas of cooperation to the mutual benefit of the two countries. So the visit also, remember, is in reciprocal of the one that President Akufo-Addo visited some West African states, including La Côte d'Ivoire, and this is to reciprocate exactly that visitor. So the two presidents are expected with their respective teams later in the Flagstaff House to address a joint press conference where they will talk about other interesting things they would want to happen for the two countries. Prior to that, actually, a joint bilateral agreement and inauguration of that joint commission will be made clear to us on the ITLO's delimitation maritime boundaries of Ghana judgment. So this is a key thing, and that will happen tomorrow at the Flagstaff House, where the two leaders, after meeting, would also look at exactly how the situation will be to ensure that they cement relationship properly, because earlier when the decision was taken, a lot of people thought there will be some friction between the two countries. So it's to cement them. So a joint commission will be issued and a communique will be issued afterwards. So exactly that's what will be done today. So we are expecting the president of La Côte d'Ivoire to descend shortly, and he'll be met by the President of the Republic of Ghana, Akufo-Addo, President, waiting for the President of La Côte d'Ivoire to come in. So that is exactly what we're expecting to see here. A lot of people here, some of the leaders of the country here, members of the Flagstaff House are here, dignitaries are here to welcome Alassane Ouattara, who is a key friend to Ghana. So we're bringing you live pictures here from the Flagstaff House. And my colleague Daniel Opoku is still around here. Daniel, it's the way things. It looks like this is to also show that the relationship we have with La Côte d'Ivoire is very important to President Akufo-Addo. I mean, he said that he wants to foster a stronger relations with leaders of the West African sub-region, and the meeting here and the people here, leaders here, shows that, look, this is what the line is.
Exactly so. If you could recall, right after the Itinerary, His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, was saying that we should not jubilate because probably Ghana has won over the Itinerary. Basically, when you see the relationship between Ghana and Ivory Coast, this is back to several years. If you recall, during the days of Laurent Gbagbo, when Ivory Coast was in crisis, when there were fights and wars in Ivory Coast, we realized that there was some stronger leadership from Ghana to support them to be able to curtail the problem. So basically, whereas the relationship is very tight, and most importantly, the visit also be discussing the falling down of cocoa prices on international markets. Currently, Ghana lost.
Quickly, let's observe the national salute of La Côte d'Ivoire. That's what we are hearing currently. So the national anthems of the two countries just been observed here, and His Excellency Alassane Ouattara will be inspecting a guard of honor pretty shortly. Then the formalities will start. But Danny, you were making a point of the it-lose outcome.
Yeah, I was basically saying that right after the it-lose ruling, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia said Ghanaians should not jubilate because Ghana has won the ruling, but basically to ensure that the relationship between Ghana and Ivory Coast is really cemented. And also, I was also saying that the state visit will also be looking at. The state visit will also be discussing the shortfalls in cocoa prices on the international markets. Ghana lost $1.1 billion the past. For a year now, we have lost 1.1 billion Ghana cedis. And the case of Ivory Coast also lost twice more than what Ghana lost. So basically, the state visit will also be thinking how to strategize and formulate policies and see how some of these things could be addressed.
So exactly what it is. So to formulate policies and see how relationships could improve between the two countries. So that is what is happening now. His Excellency Alassane Ouattara will be observing the Guard of Honor mounted by the Ghana Air Force in your shot quickly. Live from the International Airport here. The visit of His Excellency Alassane Ouattara of La Côte d'Ivoire. There's a 2-day state visit to foster stronger relations between the two. So, the President of La Côte d'Ivoire in your shot, inspecting a Guard of Honor mounted by the Ghana Army. Live pictures from the International Airport here. The visit of the President of La Côte d'Ivoire is very important to the people of this country because of the long relationships Ghana has with La Côte d'Ivoire. And it is more important this time because of a recent decision, boundary decision taken by the Court of Arbitration . It is to
According to the artillery run-through by my colleague Daniel Opoku, both presidents are expected to parade through the principal street of the capital and later move to the Australia House to have, private conversation. And for later engagement, they would be moving to the Flagstaff House. And as you and I know, the recent judgment passed by ETLOS on the Ghana-Ivory Coast border maritime dispute, both countries are expected to, sign a bilateral agreement and also inaugurate a commission to, implement that judgment. And so these are live visuals coming from the Kotoka International Airport, and Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara has touched down. And today he is going to begin his 2-day official tour to Ghana. My colleagues Daniel Poku and Nana Kweku Ejia are there and will bring us more updates on happenings at the Kotoka International Airport.
So we finish the observation of the national anthem. The President, Akufo-Addo, will be
and the Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara has touched down in Ghana, and his visit is to deepen bilateral relations that exist between both countries. And both countries are also expected to explore other areas of cooperation for their mutual benefit. And my colleagues Nana Kweku and Daniel Poku are on the ground and are giving us live updates from the airport.
So His Excellency Alassane Ouattara is meeting or greeting leaders of government, where afterwards there will be a short meeting with the President before the main ceremonies of today begins. So live from the airport here in Accra is a visit of His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, a two-day visit to the country to foster relations between the two countries and to strengthen bonds and to look at other areas, including agriculture. Cocoa is very important to the two countries. Tomorrow, though, some agreement and some commissions will be, communique will be issued on the IDLO's outcome between the two countries to cement relationships proper. The visit is very key to His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo because of the long-standing relations with La Côte d'Ivoire. A huge line of ministers, Daniel Poku, a huge line of ministers, and to welcome the President. I was asking, it's very beautiful the way ministers and government officials have come out to welcome Alassane Ouattara. It clearly shows the relationship between the two countries.
Yeah, exactly. It goes to depicts exactly the relationship indeed between the two countries. It's also beautiful. We realize that it also means they touch the importance and the credence they attach to this particular state visit. If you could recall, when the president was won the 2016 elections, and on his inauguration day, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara was invited to the inauguration. I guess he was even one of the main guest speakers at there. So clearly realize that even right before President Akufo-Addo becoming the president, actually, he has been in a constant relationship with His Excellency Alassane Ouattara until His Excellency Alassane Ouattara won the Ivorian elections and overtook from Laurent Gbagbo. So basically, the relationship has already been there. And his state visit here for me is very much important. Every state minister and every dignitary all of them are here in Ghana, just exchanging pleasantries with His Excellency Alassane Ouattara. Goes to cement the relationship between the two countries.
Exactly, cementing relations between Ghana and La Côte d'Ivoire is very important here, and that's what we are observing. His Excellency Alassane Ouattara greeting and being welcomed by, is moving towards the dancers, Ivorian dancers. Obviously some culture and tradition here, and that's what we are depicting between Ghana and La Côte d'Ivoire. Interesting cultures to intertwine, actually, if you ask me, and that's what is observing. A state dinner, though, will be organized for Alassane Ouattara, the president, this evening at the Accra International Conference Center. After some bilateral talks this afternoon at the Flagstaff House, a joint press conference will be held between the two leaders. So that is what is going here, live from Jubilee Lounge at Kotoka International Airport here, bringing you live coverage. 2-day visit of Alassane Ouattara, the president of the Republic of La Côte d'Ivoire.
Per the itinerary run through by my colleagues, both presidents will be parading through the streets of Accra and also move to the Australia House to have a private conversation. And for other engagement, they'll be moving to the Flagstaff House. And also there will be a joint press conference later in the day and a state dinner at the Accra International Conference Center. And it's the 2-day official visit of Alassane Ouattara to Ghana. And remember, we'll be keeping you posted on this development in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Josh Quaiding. Good morning.